Welcome back to another video with your host, Cryptic Koala. We have a lot to get through today, so let's get right into it. First off, the Illuminate are back and even scarier than ever. They have emerged to the Meridian Singularity and are making a beeline for Super Earth. With them, they have 3 new units. The first is the Stingray, an Illuminate fighter craft that can provide the enemy with eagle-like strafing runs. They act similarly to the automaton drone ships, but will be a little bit different and are still very, very dangerous. They alone are a huge new hurdle for Helldivers to deal with. The second new enemy is the Crescent Observer, a new unit that has the ability to call in barrages on Helldivers and is also basically just a heavy unit. This is also a major problem as they need to be dealt with extreme prejudice. The third and final new unit from the Illuminate is the Flesh Mob, a Frankenstein monster of several voteless bodies conglomerated into one terrible mass. They are now basically a Hulk-like opponent on the battlefield for the Illuminate. This is major because we just had defeated them, and now they're back and even stronger. It appears that the previous fights with Illuminate in Helldivers 2 were only the scouts, making the way for something much more sinister, the invasion of Super Earth. As it seems, they will arrive there fairly soon, but we must hold the line against them. Other than the obvious horrific scenes on the Illuminate front, the other 2 fronts are fairly unchanged, only minor balance changes between them as far as we can tell, but the main focus of this update is again the Illuminate. Probably the most positive thing in this update is the addition of weapon customization. Yes, I know, we finally got it. It has taken us so long to get weapon customization, but it is now here. You have to level up guns to get new weapon skins, new scopes, new mags, new muzzle attachments, and all of those things. New flashlights, suppressors, magazines, everything. This allows for more identity between Helldivers and a more efficient and preferred use for their primary weapon. A weapon that was, to be honest, kind of lacking, and it just wasn't that great to begin with. Primaries in this game have not been very good. Along with the addition of weapon customization, there have also been a massive number of balance changes. Basically every gun has been updated in some form or not. The main 3 primary attributes that have been changed are spread, drag, and sway. What are these, you may ask? Well, spread is what you would think. It is the spread of bullets from a gun. So, as a whole, every single gun except shotguns, because that wouldn't make sense, have been basically given 0 spread. This is huge, basically, because it means wherever you shoot is going to shoot. It's not going to, shoot off into a centimeter that way, or a centimeter that way, or I guess a centimeter is pretty small, but like a foot that way or a foot that way. So it makes more sense. Everything is very, very precise now. But with that, we also have drag. Drag is going to affect primarily the sidearm weapons with like sidearms and SMGs, as well as the ultimatum. This is mainly because the larger the round, the more drag you would have when you shoot it. So basically, damage is going to drop off over time a bit more, which frankly is something that has been needed, and yeah, that just makes sense logically. The third attribute is the sway attribute. This is kind of the replacement for spread, as lighter weapons such as pistols or SMGs will sway more, meaning the little crosshair in the middle will move more if you're just standing still, or moving, it'll move more than like a rifle or a RPG. I like this update because it means the heavier weapons will feel heavier as they will move less. They're more steady and you can aim in them a whole lot better. This will allow for just much more precise and effective weapon use. So overall, this is a very good update to weapons, and it will make everything so much better, specifically the primaries. There have also been buffs to weapons with shrapnel, such as the autocannon or the frag grenade. Basically, shrapnel has been buffed significantly. Shrapnel, there's more shrapnel in the shots, and it's wider, and it does more damage, I believe. So basically, shrapnel is good now. And I mean, it was already kind of good, but now it's even better. there has also been buffs to fire weapons such as flamethrowers. Essentially, something that has been in the past is flame damage has been universal over time, meaning if you hit a scavenger with a flamethrower versus a Bile Titan, it did the same amount of damage over time, which sucks. However, now something like a Bile Titan being set on fire will do a lot more damage than like a scavenger or a hunter. But the sort of counteraction to this is larger enemies will be a lot more difficult to ignite. However, this is still a much needed upgrade, and it definitely makes flame weapons a lot better, especially against major enemies like Bile Titans, Chargers, Hulks, and anything else like that, but primarily the large bug enemies and possibly the bigger Illuminate enemies. Now, other than these weapon changes, there has also been an addition of new FRV or Fast Recon vehicle skins from previous war bonds such as the Viper Commando, Freedom Flame, Truth Enforcer, and Chemical Agent. All of these are not here yet, but they will be on the 15th. So go and get those new FRV skins as they will look awesome. The store has also changed a bit, so now we can see every skin that's available in the store. You no longer have to wait. This kind of changed recently where it went from 1 page to 3 pages, but now it's 14 pages. Meaning we get every skin at once, and if you want to buy one, just go and look for it and it's there. Now, another thing is that's about it. Overall, this is a massive update, and there will be more to come. And if you found this video helpful, why don't you subscribe, and more videos like this will follow. It'll help me out a lot, and I would really appreciate it if you did so, especially if you watched the end of the video. Now, with that being said, right now, we have to hold the line and protect Super Earth from her enemies and all those also wishing harm. Fight for freedom and manage democracy. I'll see you out there, Helldivers. Goodbye.